Hi, it's Romola here, and I just had a delivery from Amazon, and this is the book that I pulled together a couple of weeks, well not a couple of weeks ago, last week. So it's called The Anthology of Family Calm Tools, Surviving the Lockdown. And I pulled this book together from 3 of my other books, 4 maybe actually. So the Frazzled Mum book, that was my first book that I did. The Create Family Calm Toolkit. What else did I use in this one? I think it might be in those 2 actually. I didn't use the Christmas or the summer one. But what I thought, I'll just move that back a bit, there we go, is to make it easy for everyone to have a book that will help you through the shutdown. So the idea of this book is that it's got tips for parents for calm, that take minutes. And if you know anything about me, if you've followed me for a while, you know that I just like things that are quick and simple. Things, you know, I love the idea of meditation for 20 minutes. Don't always do it, but what I will do is I will dot little meditative moments into my day. So I might spend 3 minutes when the kettle's boiling doing some breathing, or doing something when I'm doing some mindful vacuum cleaning, or doing other things. Mindful vacuum cleaning, who am I kidding? But doing things throughout the day, because that way my stress level stays low and it works better for me. So I have great intentions of doing 20-minute meditations, and I always keep saying, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, I'll do it later, and don't. So in this book there is, I think there's 100, yeah, just over 100 little tips of things that you can do. So let me read. One is, take a piece of fruit such as an apple and be mindful with it. Notice the colour, the texture, the scent. How do your taste buds react? Then take a bite. Notice how the bite feels, tastes and smells. Then mindfully eat the rest of the apple, paying attention to the senses in the process of eating. So these sort of things, if you're eating anyway, even if you're eating one of these, you can do it really slowly and mindfully and thoughtfully. So rather than just sitting there and picking at it, stop and take a minute and actually savour. Allow that chocolate to melt in your mouth. Allow yourself to really engage with the process of eating, and that's the mindfulness of it that you can do in any activity. This is how I try and eat my chocolate, not in that format, but I mean in a mindful way. So I take a small piece, allow the taste and the flavour, and allow it to melt. Another one is stretching your fingers and making a fist, and doing that 3 times, and that can really stretch out, allow a lot of tension to be released from your hands, particularly if you're using your mouse or your keyboard a lot, or I've been using my mobile phone a lot recently, so I'm getting a lot more tension in my hands than perhaps I would do. Oh, I could just feel that down there. There's ones in here about putting how, you know, if you're putting your hand cream on. And again, even if you're washing your hands, although we've got our 20 seconds that we've got to do, the way that we can do it, we can help support our bodies as well. We can do it to help our headaches. We can do it to support any sort of sinuses or pains or anything like that we're having. So there's lots of things, excuse me, that you can do. So there's lots of different things. Breathing in certain colours when the kettle's boiling, when you're preparing food. One thing I love to do is to lie down for 10 minutes. Hi there, I can't see who's there, but hi. Is to lie down for 10 minutes flat with nothing, so no music, no meditation, and that helps reset my whole energy system. So, our energy system is all sort of like a Russian doll, if you like. And when we stop and we lie down, then it allows all those layers to realign and for our chakras to all realign as well. So it's a really good thing to do. And I set my timer for 10 minutes and feel much better. Okay, other things I've got in here. So that's mum or dad sorted. The next is a whole chapter full of indoor activities for kids. You know, we're all in lockdown. We're limited to what we've actually got in and around us or in our gardens. So there's a whole chapter of lots of different things that you can do with your children, maybe with a bit of cardboard, some paper frisbees, some paper yappers that my son invented the idea of, games you can play, party games, scrapbooks, some recipes for things like cloud dough and the cornflower. So there's lots of indoor things that you can do. So there's what 15 odd pages of those, and then garden and outside walking. So this chapter, again, it's got lots of things that you can do within the restrictions of the lockdown. So if you're lucky enough to have a garden, it's things you can do outside. If you're going to go for a walk with a family, get some fresh air and stretch the legs, then the things you can look out for, you could collect maybe leaves or flowers or pine cones and use them in this sort of thing. Things about like having the paddling pool out, even if whatever the weather, because kids just love it anyway. Pretending to be at the beach. So again, perhaps putting out a towel. If you've got a sand pit, then great. If not, then allowing getting the paddling pool out, or a small bucket with some water, and doing things like that. Getting a bucket of water and a paintbrush, and they can paint the patio. It's great because by the time they've done it, it's dried at the other side and start it again. So there's lots of different things in here that you can do that are outside. There's treasure hunts, there's bird feeders, camping in the garden, and again, lots of different games and things. The next chapter, chapter 5, is all about things you can do for family calm. So things that, I've got some story massage here, which is when you sit with your child in front of you and you tell them a story by massaging or stroking their back. So things like, twinkle, twinkle, little star, and then drawing diamonds and things like that. Well, one of them is one of my favourite ones is a pizza. I think that one's on YouTube already, but there's one that's like making a cake and ice cream. So the ice cream is like, put your hands there and you just allow the hands just slowly melt over the hands, down the shoulders, and you're just doing it really slowly. And it's a really nice, relaxing thing. And again, you've got that physical contact with your child, so you've got that oxytocin hormone that's going from that's with you and with them as well. So it's really helping with the bonding, and it's really calming and supportive to both of you. And if you're brave and you don't mind your kid poking your hair, then they can do it to you as well. So there's story massage in there. There is lots of other little bits and pieces like foot rubs and hand sandwiches, which are really lovely. Then there's a chapter on visualizations. So I'm going to record some of these and pop them onto YouTube later. So I've popped a link to my YouTube channel, but there's things, one of my favourites is cook spaghetti. And cook spaghetti is, you imagine you're a piece of spaghetti at the moment and you're all stiff and solid. And then you're put into a hot saucepan of water and you slowly melt and bend and feel and release, mummy might loosen the tension in her back and in her shoulders, and just allow your whole body to relax and calm. You wiggle your arms, wiggle your fingers, rotating everything and just becoming really relaxed, until you become as soft as pasta noodles as well. So that's a really lovely one to do. Hot toast is one that I do. I shared that on my Facebook page a little while ago. So you imagine that you lie down with your child and you imagine that you are your butter and you're lying on the hot toast, and you'll just allow yourself, your body just to relax and melt into the bed. It's great if you've got a lovely warm fleece on top of you as well. So that's the hot toast. But there's lots of little fun visualizations you can do. There is also some longer ones. So there's one for unicorn, and there's a dinosaur one as well. And I will record these onto YouTube. And I'll probably pop a link on the Facebook page as well, so you can see them. But there is a link to my, if you search for me on YouTube, you'll probably find me, or find a link on Facebook. So there's lots of different ones there you can do. We've got a chapter on mindfulness activities. So there's colouring and breathing, so 1 minute quietness, things like eating raisins, mindful chocolate eating that we did. So again, if you've got this, then do a little mindful exercise with them. Like opening the box, opening the foil. How does it feel? What sensations? What are you thinking about as you open the foil? What does it smell like? What does it feel like in your mouth? What happens when it starts to melt? Lots of things you can do. There's colouring, stretches, chocolate beans, which is obviously Smarties, happiness jars, gratitude, memory games, bedtime breathing as well. It's a whole chapter on positive words. So things like affirmations that you can say to your child and get them to use. And you know, this is a really powerful thing. So we just saying I am okay. You don't have to be I am awesome, I am super. Just I am okay is good. It's enough. I am enough is another good one. But just at the moment, if they are feeling stressed, then you know, these getting them to repeat the positive words and you repeating the positive words, or perhaps doing some pictures. I'm bright like a rainbow, or I'm positive like a rainbow, or whatever it is. I'm safe like a rainbow. And just think about what they can say, and use those words and use them regularly throughout the day, and maybe do it with a bit of breathing as well. So affirmations are really beautiful. You can do things like I am as playful as a cat. So we've got I am happy as the sun. I am sweet as a cupcake. I am as quiet as a mouse. So there's lots of different things you can say depending on the emotion that you're trying to work with them. But like I say, just simple ones like I am okay, and I am happy, or today is a happy day. I am calm is, you know, a great place to start. So that's one whole chapter. There's also some, did I put them in there for, yes, I've also put some in for adults. So there's some there about health and money as well. So things like I am abundant, money flows easily to me, I attract all I need. There's some information on the sleep talk. And then the last section is a mass of blogs that I have written, which I think would help. There's things about my top 7 crystals for children. There's information about my top 10 tips for calm, benefits of meditation, benefits of mindfulness. How many hugs a day do we need? Which I think is really lovely. We need 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. And you know, that's as children and adults. So this lockdown, this being divided away from our older generation particularly, is really difficult because that physical contact just doesn't happen otherwise. So being able to make sure that you do hug your close family, and then we'll all look forward to those hugs when this lockdown is over. But you know, I think that's really important, that 4 hugs a day for survival, 8 hugs a day for maintenance, and 12 hugs a day for growth. Yeah, it's really important because that physical contact is so important, and it does just expand that. Again, it's that oxytocin that comes through us as well. So that is on there as well. So there's lots of different things, and I have put a few about getting ready that I've shared, of blogs that I write about returning to school. So the sort of September ones, but actually it could be, you know, we could have the September trauma of going back to school, you know, maybe in a month or so time. Essential oils are in there as well, about my top essential oils for children. So this book, I felt it was appropriate to write. So it's Anthology of Family Calm Tools. It is only £5 on Amazon, and it's a massive book actually. So this is the book I'm reading at the moment. So you can see it's actually quite significant in size. There's about 120 pages all in, something like that. Quite big size, nice font in it as well. But the idea with this book is just to bring everything, all my tools for family calm, for frazzled mums, for parents and children alike, it is into one place where you can access it and just, you know, choose what you need for the day. You know, commit to yourself that you're going to do 2 things for yourself from the parent section, if you like, and then flick through the indoor activities or the calming activities. You know, and choose something that you can do with your children, because that connection is so important, and that the physical contact as well with that oxytocin is really important as well for children. And knowing that you can do things for calm in a really positive way, and not, it's not I can't talk. It doesn't have to be a huge big thing. It can just be simple. If you've got eggs lying around, then do some mindful chocolate eating. Do, you know, if you're going to do some art, then do, you know, it's a mindful colouring exercise. We don't have to tell them that, but it certainly can be, because let's face it, when they're drawing a rainbow, they're busy concentrating on the rainbow, and they're not, you know, off doing other things. But it's a really difficult time that we're living in at the moment. Nobody knows what's going on and how long this is going to last for. And I just felt, with my sort of 12 years of experience as a therapist, mainly focusing on parents and children, that I felt that this book really was my token to help support people as well. So that's the Anthology of Family Calm Tools, Surviving the Lockdown. It's $4.99 on Amazon as paperback. This I ordered, when did I order it? I think it was Wednesday or Thursday last week. So obviously we've had the Easter holiday. Usually you get them, because they're printed on demand, in a few days, usually about 3 days. You can get it for free on Kindle Unlimited, and it's about £2.25, I think, to actually buy on Kindle as well. So if you want it quickly, Kindle or Kindle Unlimited is the place to go. If you like a physical copy, then that's this. So I hope you find this useful. If you have any questions, please let me know. And I wish you all calm in the coming weeks of the continued lockdown. With love, right, bye.